question reads, given this reaction at equilibrium, we have this reaction at equilibrium, in which direction, toward reactants or toward products, does the reaction shift if the equilibrium is stressed by each change? So the first change is the addition of hydrogen, the next one the addition of ammonia, the other one the removal of ammonia, and if the pressure is increased. So let's see which direction will the reaction shift in each and every situation. So let's start with the first one. If hydrogen is added, in which direction will this reaction shift to? Now remember, hydrogen is a reactant. So if you look at the expression which we have here, the equilibrium expression, we realize that hydrogen is on the denominator. So what happens if you increase the denominator? If you increase the denominator, you realize that the equilibrium constant will reduce. So what will happen if the equilibrium constant is reduced? For the number to come back to the original equilibrium constant, it means more of the numerator should be produced. So more of the product should be made. So this is what we are saying. For this reaction to take place and reach the equilibrium, if hydrogen is added, there will be more reactants. So the shift will be towards to the products to reduce the added hydrogen. So this is what will happen. The reaction will shift to the products. What if ammonia is added? You add the product. What will happen? When you add the product in our expression, when you look at the expression there, you are increasing the number in terms of the numerator. So in this expression, if the number of the numerator increases, to have the original equilibrium expression value, we need also to increase the number of the denominator. So what are we simply saying? The reaction will shift towards the reactants. So if the products are added, that is, if ammonia is added, there will be more products. So the reaction will shift towards the reactants to reduce the added ammonia. So that's what will happen in this situation. The third situation is when ammonia is removed. So if the product is removed in this expression, when you look at the expression which we have here, if you remove the product, that is the numerator, you are reducing the number of the numerator. The reaction will shift towards the product so that the numerator is increased. And this is what we are saying in our solution here. If ammonia is removed, there is now less product. So the reaction will shift towards the product to replace the product removed. The last situation is, what if the pressure is increased in this reaction? Now, according to the Châtelier's principle, it helps us that if the pressure is increased, the equilibrium shifts to the side with the fewer numbers of moles of gas. So when you look at this, the reactants and the products, let's see from the reactants what is the total number of moles. Here we have 1 and 3. So 1 plus 3 gives you 4 more from the reactants. Then from the products we have 2. So where do we have fewer moles of gas? We realize that it is from the product. So from this, the reaction will shift towards the product. That is what the Châtelier's principle tells us. So in this case, if the pressure is increased, the reaction will shift towards the product. And just for your own information, if the pressure is reduced, the reaction moves where there is the higher number of moles. So if in this case the pressure was reduced, we would have a shift towards the reactant.